The most shocking thing, and therefore the most memorable, because it is the most unusual, because it is typically the most overlooked, is you acknowledging the other people.
And say, what does humility mean? It means you realize that you are just as weird and terrible as everybody else. When you realize I'm the chief worst person there is. No, I'm not better than a single person that is in line to do something or attend something or sit in an audience. I'm no better. I've just been through a lot, still been through a lot, and so I know a lot. And when you have that mindset of, I want to meet and touch every single person. If I were to come in here and only talk to you, but not talk to your team, what do you think that's going to do? When you can go somewhere and not just talk to who's the most popular, but also talk to who's the least. Like you will always get way more, and for yourself and for the other person, when you can lower yourself to say, hey, we're just humans in a room. How's it going?
It's interesting that we're figuring people out by how we observe them vicariously. We were talking about it in the context of like a meet and greet a second ago.
Yeah.
What you said there tracks perfectly with that, which is when you walked in the room, you didn't just speak to me, you also asked Berta, who's recording the podcast today, what her name was. And then you said to Berta, you said, thank you for doing this.
Right.
Now, isn't it funny that I remember?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that that was like 2.5 hours ago? And I remember because it was really memorable to me that you did that, because not everybody does that.
Yeah.
Not everybody will, notice that Berta's in the room with us and she's running all these cameras and she's putting it together. But for some reason, just before we started recording, you made a point of asking her what her name was and then thanking her for doing this today.
Yeah.
Most people don't do that.
Not funny?
And as you walk away from today, I'm not going to remember like that you walked in and said something nice about me or whatever.
Right.
The most shocking thing, and therefore the most memorable, because it is the most unusual, because it is typically the most overlooked, is you acknowledging the other people. And I've noticed this as a paradox that I almost need to put words to. And this is why we should value the seemingly petty and seemingly small and seemingly inconsequential, because other people don't, therefore it creates maximal impact.
Yes. That's why the big conversations rarely matter. The small ones do. It's the small ones with strangers. It's the conversations you don't have on the stage. It's the conversations you have in your driveway. It's the conversations you have in your backyard at the coffee shop. It's the conversations you have with somebody passing by in the elevator. Like it's those, that's what defines the human experience.